where we implement AI in quality Lehrer und teaching in University and Hochschule in Niedersachsen. Yeah, married with two children and happily married, so to say, with two kids. I live here, and I was introduced to this IT guru by Mr. Shehu Adekule, a good friend of mine, and yeah, look forward to what this meeting has to offer and how it can be of support to one another here, since we are all from the same motherland. Thank you. Any question or further comment, you can easily reach out to me. Yeah, that's it by me.
Thank you, Mr. Lucky. I will move on to the next person, Ezie Ukoma Ifyanyi. You have the floor. Mr. Ezie Ukoma Ifyanyi, you have the floor.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening from here. My name is Ezukoma Ifeanyi from Nigeria. But currently I'm staying in Russia currently. But hopefully to be in Germany probably by October, because I recently got an admission in Germany. I did my high institution in Nigeria, Anambra State, precisely, served in Oyo State, then moved to Russia here to study, but done, and I furthered my education. I got admission in Germany. So this year, by God's grace, I'll be going to Germany. So I got to know this group. Someone's had there is a group that consists of Nigerians. So I got to know this group from that group. It's like a WhatsApp group. So it sounds so interesting. So that's why I came here. I don't think I have anything to say because I'm not in Germany or anything. So, but I'll be glad to learn more from here. So that is it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Eziogukoma. Trust me, I think you are in the right group. Okay, I'll move on to the next person. Grace. Great Grace. You have the floor.
Sorry, everyone. My real name is Samuel, and I think that's the Google username that I just logged in with. So that's how the Great Grace came about. So my name is Samuel, and I'm living in Leipzig area. I've been in Germany for close to 7 years now. I did my master's here in Uni Leipzig in physics, and was able to get a job opportunity as a business analyst. And since then, I've been also trying to pivot fully into cloud engineering. And luckily for me, I was able to pass my cloud practitioner exam yesterday, which is a very step of faith in the right direction, I believe so. And for me, I don't know how I even got to, join this WhatsApp group, but it has been a kind of nice place to learn from others, especially our big guys that are already cloud engineers and DevOps. And I hope to continue to learn from you and get also opportunities that may be available through this platform. And I'm happy for this discussion also this evening. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Grace. Congratulations
Mr.
once
Samuel.
again. Oh, sorry, Mr. Samuel. I'm sorry. I have to pronounce your name based on what I see on the
All right, yeah,
the profile. If you want me to pronounce your name correctly, please everyone put their name, the correct name there. Thank you.
All right, I will.
Okay. Next person, I will be choosing Adekunle Osatuye. You have the floor.
Hi everyone. Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Oshatu Adekunle, and I'm a student currently studying International Economics and Management in University of Paderborn, NRV. And I'm, I have passion in IT. I'm studying economics actually, but I have great interest in IT, and I've been trying to do some couple of things on my own to learn, using materials online and try to look up to the. I know some people here that are my bosses, so try to look up to them to learn one or two things, and trying to look for maybe student role or full-time job if it's possible. So that's all about me.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
everyone.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
Mr. Adekunle Osatuyi. I'll move on to the next person, Olatunji Afolabi. Olatunji Afolabi, you have the floor.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I am Olatunji, and it's really nice being in this meeting. So I'm a full stack software developer, and I've been in Germany for about a little bit over 2 years. And yeah, I majorly focus on web development, full stack, front end and back end. And that is what brought me to Germany 2 years ago. Yeah, it's really nice being here. And yeah, I think that's a summary so far. Okay.
You're welcome, Mr. Olatunji Afolabi. I'll move on to the next person, Igboji Ebuka. Igboji Ebuka.
Yeah,
Igboji
good
Ebuka.
afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Iboji Ebuka. I'm in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. So I'm currently not in Germany now, but I've tried coming in the past. I think that was 2018 when they introduced category A, category B of 18 student visa because I was trying to come for bachelor's then. So I have to move ahead and finish my bachelor's. So I'm trying to come for master's now. I'm into IT. Though I studied geology, I've taken my certification in data science and artificial intelligence. I currently work as a data science tutor in one of the ICT academy here in Onitsha currently. So I'm learning German and I'm still pushing on my dreams to be in Germany by next year by God's grace. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We are looking forward to see you very soon, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next person. I'm sorry, I don't know how I can pronounce this name, but the name is All In. I don't know All In. If you can hear me, if you know your name is All In, you have the floor. All In, you have the floor. Okay, I think All In is not in right now. So let's move on to Adegoke Samuel. Adegoke Samuel, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yakub. Good evening, everyone. Like he said, my name is Degoke Samuel Adeyinka. I'm from Nigeria as well, so I'm in Nigeria. I'm currently a student, so I study environmental toxicology here at the University of Duisburg, Essen, in Essen here. I live in Moheim. I'm still very new and fresh in the tech space, so I'm a data analyst by training, even though I'm still very fresh and new. So I'm currently working with a company in Cologne, doing an internship with them. I'm working as a data analyst. So that's that about me. If you have any other thing that I felt I should have mentioned that I didn't mention, you can private chat me. Thank you very much. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Samuel Adegoke. I'll move on to the next person. Ugona Ejiofor. Ugona Ejiofor, you have the floor.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ugo Ejiofor, and I came to Germany in 2018, and I came for my master's in ecotoxicology. So during my master's, I decided to, switch completely to IT, and because I was doing something that was related to data analytics and data science in my thesis. So I switched totally. The moment I work for a company I work for an institute as a data analyst and a database manager, and I also work for a company as an IT system admin and a security officer. That's all from me.
You're welcome, Mr. Ejiofor. I'll move on to the next person, Pascal Onyesom. Pascal Onyesom.
Sorry, can I come in later? I'm having.
No problem, no problem. The next person, I'll move on to Chioma Jane Agwuncha. Chioma Jane.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Chioma Jane, and I'm currently based in Born, and I'm from Nigeria, precisely Igbo, Anambra. So I have my bachelor degree in sociology from University of Lagos, and I moved to Germany 2017 to study masters in international management. And I'm working for a company in Berlin as their recruiter stroke HR. So I'm trying to move from HR because HR is very boring, especially recruiting, doing the same thing over and over. So it's becoming very boring and not challenging. So I'm trying to move to IT, but I'm trying out different things like web development. Recently, I sent like a link for a landing page that I did about inspiring female models. So now I'm trying to try out different things like web design, data analysis, systems, cybersecurity to find out which IT that will give me peace of mind, that will not make me run mad. So I'm trying to like change career from recruiting to tech. So that's why I belong to NICEIC, and it was from NICEIC that I got this group, and it's nice to be here. Maybe I can get some ideas which tech is actually good for female as a starter that will not be too hard to like port into. So it's nice to have you here.
You're welcome, Miss Choma. Please be rest assured that you will get best of the ideas today from all folks of experience that you will have in the floor. I'll move on to the next person, Emeka Obi.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
Or a mark for Miss Choma. I don't know if she's.
I'm not married. I'm single. So,
it's good that you kind of like let people know what's exactly the situation of things with you, and I can also imagine how boring recruiting can be, just repeating the same application stuff over and over again. So one thing a friend of mine did recently, she was trying to transition to she did something that wasn't even tech related at all. And so she just picked two areas: project management and data analysis. So she created a CV for that project management, and then a cover letter, a generic cover letter for that project management, and also for the same thing for data analysis.
Yeah.
So, and then she just started shooting applications. So she did a lot of applications, but she said about up to 500 applications.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that's not the reality when you're just starting.
Yeah, that's the reality.
Mr. John,
I'm currently doing a course.
Can we talk about this now in the next phase, because right now we are in the introduction meet and greet.
Okay, all right. So I just wanted to point it out because of context, because when we go away from her, we kind of like forget and so. But thank you very much.
Just reserve your questions. By the time we get to that phase, we are going to.
All right. Thank you very much, Chairman.
The next, have I called Pascal Onyesom? No. Pascal Onyesom, you have the floor.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pascal Onyesom, and I'm a Nigerian as well. I am currently a student here in Germany. I'm living in Ham, and also I'm working as a working student in a company close to Ham in Beckham. The name of the company is Boima Group, and I'm working there as a VEC student, IT service desk. And that's all from my side.
I'll move on to the next person, John.
So thank you very much, Jakub, for the mic or for getting to me. My name is John, and I'm a I'm a software engineer. I'm based here in Essen in Northern Westphalia. I've been in Germany for just over 3 years now, and I currently have I'm doing a working student for a company in Cologne. It's a tech role, a Java role, but I'm kind of like hunting for full-time roles now, basically. So that's kind of like my status to regarding things. So thank you very much, Jacob.
Thank you very much. Next person is Victor Akinola. You have the floor.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Victor Akiola, as Jakub said. I studied also with Jakub and Unzube and the rest in Cologne, Communication Systems and Networks. I've been here for over 7 years, and I currently work as this IT security consultant. But I have the focus in as in networking is my main thing in IT security. So yeah, feel free to contact me if you are willing to collaborate and things like this. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Next person, if I'm correct, maybe that's a final person. Matthew Igmineye. Are you there? Matthew Igmineye. Matthew Igmineye.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. My name is Matthew Ibinei. I've been in Germany for about 3 years now. I came here for my master's studies at Cologne University of Applied Sciences. At the moment, I'm working as a DevOps engineer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. We'll make it very quick now. I think we are running out of time. We have Mujahid Karim. You have the floor. Mujahid Karim. Brief introduction.
Hi guys. Good afternoon. And my name is Mujahid, pronounced correctly. Originally from Lagos, and I've been in Germany for 5 years now. I did my bachelor's in Bayern and my master's in Berlin, and currently I'm in Munich as a SAP consultant. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm not sure if I've called Ekene Fidelis. Ekene Fidelis, you have the floor. Ekene Fidelis, you have the floor. Okay. Probably. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Ekene Fidelis.
Yeah, my name is Kenneth Fidelis. I did my master's here in Germany at University of Rostock. Master's in electrical engineer, and I switched to DevOps engineer. I am currently in Stuttgart. If you have more information, you can private chat me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope everyone has been called. If you have not been called, please just signify, then I can call you. Maybe someone, Phil A. Phil A. Is Phil A there? Phil A.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please.
Good afternoon,
You have the floor.
everyone. So my name is Philip. I moved to Berlin about a year ago, and I work as a DevOps engineer.
Okay, I probably think we cannot hear you, but if you are hear you, I think you said you work as a DevOps engineer.
Yes, DevOps engineer.
Okay, nice to meet you, Mr. Phil A. So, someone raised his hand. Emeka Obiefuna, you have the floor.
Hi, guys. My name is Emeka. I think I was skipped earlier. And I'm currently a machine learning engineer. I'm still in Nigeria, so I'm still waiting for a call up from embassy. So I basically do ML, and I'm also into NLP research as well. I have an admission with FAO, so it's just embassy issue at the moment.
All right. You will get it by God's grace. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, we are 5 minutes ahead of time. Let's move to the next agenda. The next agenda is website launch of IT Gurus, made by IT Gurus. So, I will briefly talk about what this website launch is all about, the motivation that made us to decide that we want to launch our website, and how this is going to benefit the community, the Tech Gurus community, and also all Africans in diaspora. So um, the we find out that the problem is that we find out that there is a lot of information that is lost every day. So we find out that a lot of people repeat questions over and over again in chats. We have some people can have over 10, 15 groups that they belong to, and you will be surprised that the same question is asked in all the groups. So why can't we have a platform where this information can be found, and you can easily look for question and see the answers that was answered by the member in this group? So instead of having like 15 or 20 groups that people ask questions, you can easily scan through this website and see the question that you want to ask. Let's say question regarding your family reunion. Let's say you want to ask question regarding your study, your visa, your travel. Maybe you've never been to Spain before and you want to, like, what is happening to Nigerians living in Spain. You should be able to go through the website and see what questions is related to you. So if anybody knows about Nairaland, so it's something related to Nairaland, but it's totally different from Nairaland because we have question and answer related to what we do here, especially for Nigerians in diasporas. Okay, so that is our problem, and we find out that okay, this is how we can solve it by having a website where we'll call it like a forum that people can visit and you know add, ask questions, and of course most of the time questions that has been answered is gonna be nice to have it there. And if you also have to be a contributor, you can also contribute your own content into this, but it must be a verified question and answer. So it doesn't have to be just one random answer, so that you're not going to mislead people from this from their question that they're asking, or their what they are trying to look for. So yeah, we go about this. We registered our domain. First of all, what we registered was itgurusgermany.com, because we could not find itgurus.com. It was already used. So we had to like we registered it. We registered with Esna. So then from there we hosted our the domain. Also, we got like the yeah, we also host that application also in Esna, on Esna, which is quite really cheap compared to AWS, because AWS was quite on a high side to host applications, or to host your website, to buy domain. I think domain buy purchase from AWS like $13 per month. No, no, buying the domain is by $13, but concurrently you have to pay I think $2 per month for the route 53 public IP address that you are using. So, but by Esna, you buy the domain maybe $5 or something like that, and every month plus the hosting, so you pay about $5 every month. So technically, mathematically, it pays us because we just bought the domain, and every month we are just paying $5. But for AWS, you buy the domain for $13, and every month you pay $2, but it does not contain the hosting of your application. So that means you are only paying for the domain that you buy on the AWS. What have we learned from this? Before I show the demo of of this of the application, how we've hosted it, and what this our website is all about. What we've learned is that it's always good out there to do something, to try out something, to see how we can help each other, and to also build the community. So let me just briefly share the screen and show you a little demo about IT Gurus forum that we have. So just 1 second. Okay. Let me share my screen. Share the entire screen. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Just say yes because I can't. Yeah, thank you very
Yes, we
much.
can see your screen.
Yes, you can.
Yes. So this is a website. It's quite very very simple. And how we build this website, we build it with MediaWiki, and the backend is purely MediaWiki application, which is PHP, purely based on PHP. And we have the backend database. We use Postgres SQL, while the front end is MediaWiki, and yeah, MediaWiki is actually purely in backend PHP, PHP. We have a collaborative platform. We use GitHub for our collaboration, and what we do in GitHub is we open issues, we do version controls, we assign tasks for each other. We talk about how to contribute to the project. We create merge requests for users that want to contribute into this, and also the admin region where you can upgrade the server, make some changes on the server. You can see here we have some issues that are currently open to the issues. Like we want to add more content into the page. We want to enable image uploads. We already have image upload, but we want to make the images smaller so that it's not going to chomp up the database. We want to create social media presence on the website. We want to create test environment. We want to make content more editable, and also do some disaster recovery. That's the database backup and pipeline setup. So these are some of the things. As I said, from GitHub you can see the GitHub already tells you the language that the application was built, which is purely PHP. So for now, we only upload the content that we have done using FTP server. But to be honest, this is not really a good idea. But for now, we are able to work with this. And on Esna, you can open your if I log into the Esna, maybe some time. But while I'm trying to open the Esna platform, you can see, so we have our version control. We do these pull requests, and we assign tasks for ourselves. Now, the second thing that we did is like we also want to like have our own website. This is the forum where you can see welcome to IT Gurus forum, and we have, so if you click on Nigerian students in Germany, that means you want to see more about Nigerian students. What are the questions? Most questions that Nigerian students ask is like, how long does the student visa takes to be approved? You can see we already have answers. It depends on the appointment date and number of queue, but usually 4 to 6 weeks after interview. Another question: can one apply for more than one sponsorship letter for study? You can see answer. Is it that sponsor or can sponsor or not? So these are all the question and answers that has been verified, and from there, after the verification, we post it here so that people can come here and see questions for themselves. If you go back to the main page again, you can also go to the enrolling, and you can see these are the steps to enroll as a student. And from there, you can also see migration and politics. These are also question and answer regarding your permanent residencies, questions and answer. And yeah, so from there, if you want to find out about us, if you go through about us, we have another website that we also created on Esna using WordPress. And once you click on about us, if you want to visit our website for more details, you will see this is just a simple WordPress website, and this is about IT Gurus, and this is what we do. We empower the community, tech community. This is our content. This is how you can get involved, and of course, when you click somewhere around, you can sign up to become a member. So, as I said, we are still looking for members. We are looking for contributors. We are looking for content managers. We're looking for social media presenters that can also help us to promote this. And if as a software engineer, you can also support us with the kind of ways, because I'm aware that you can also add some frameworks into MediaWiki to make it more friendly, make it more beautiful. So you are welcome to join us in this team. We have IT Gurus devs team. So if you have interest, please feel free to join us. Okay. Questions. Question. I think somebody raised their hands. Yeah, you have the floor, Mr. Lucky.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I think you've done a great job here. Kind of impressive. Honestly, I must comment.
Thank you.
You're talking about verification of the answers to the questions. Once it's been verified, then it can be posted in the website. How do you define this process?
Yeah, so okay, the way we do this is first of all, for users to sign up on the website, maybe I can show my screen again. For you to sign up with the website, you can sign up with your Google Mail. First of all, let me share my screen first. Share the entire Windows. Okay, so let me get back to here. So if you come here, because I've signed in before, you can just click on login. And if you click on login, you can click with your email address. Once you click on email address, you are automatically been verified by the by the whole auth. So that means, first of all, your email is verified. That means ordinary, we want a verified email address. That means user that has a verified email address. That's number one. Number two is that for every member that posts, there will be some kind of signature in your content that you post. So we know the name of the person that posts. So if you've been, just like, I don't know, maybe the way we have in Quora, the more people post the content, the more the ranking goes. There will be some kind of likes, and there will be some kind of ways to show that this person is a regular person and is a genuine person, and his question and answer has always been answered, or is always answering questions. So this is the direction we are looking at. We are also trying to improve on this user verification. Thank you. Do you have any other question? Or does that answer your question, rather?
Yeah, thank you for the explanation. That means for anyone to ask a question, the person has to log in with his or her email address.
Yes.
Every user has to log in with email address.
Yes, that's one of the ways we want to ensure that it's a verified user. Because if you can glance through, you can view the entire page, you can look at the content, but if you want to be a contributor, you must sign up.
Is there a data privacy to how this
for now
email address is being stored and how it's been managed, how it's being used, since we're here in Europe?
Yeah, that's a good question. So for now, if you look at it on the privacy page, this is an open source project, and we do not hold anyone is liable for their information that they give. So if you provide your information, your email address, you are liable for that email address. It's already written on the page of the website. And also, of course, we are still going to improve in the data protection, information sharing, and stuff like that. So we are looking towards that direction as well, to ensure that users' privacy is protected.
Great. Thank you so much. I think I'll rest my case for now.
Yeah.
Subsequently, I might just reach you guys privately for further contributions or ideas sharing.
Sure. Thank you very much. Next person, OE engineer. Do you have a question? I thought somebody also raised their hand.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to ask a question. I need just a little clarification about what you said just now. You said the user is responsible for his credential, like it's responsible for his email or something like that. So
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
So what I mean
Because
is what I
yeah,
mean is
I
that you if we call like a project an open source project, a project that you have the software license is open source, we don't have any right on your on we don't have any right to sell your data, so you are also responsible for your data or for your information that you are giving. So if, for instance, you put your credit card information on the website, we are not liable for that. You are liable for the information that you post on the website. We just have to be sure
okay.
that a verified and genuine user uses the platform.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Next person. Next person. Okay. Any other question regarding the website launch? I think somebody somebody said, I guess it means car parked at owner's risk. Yes, so it's technically like car park at owner's risk. You're liable for your information. So, yeah, but I mean, a good question. We are in Europe. We have to make sure that users' data are protected. So we are very much sensitive with GDPR. Okay. In the next episode, if you have no further question, I will move on to the next person. Tech fuck up. We have Mr. Unzube Ezemegwara. He's a DevOps engineer in Cologne. So, not in Cologne, not in Cologne. Is your company in Cologne?
Not in Cologne.
Okay.
I work 100% home office. That's why.
Okay.
I don't even know where my company is. I think in Bayer or something.
All right. Okay. So you have the floor, Mr. Unzube.
Yeah, so just a program that we put we could put in there to be able to spice up a little bit so that we don't sound all serious all day. And it's basically to discuss one or two fuck ups that personally I have witnessed or I have done myself, and so that we can at the end of the day have some lessons learned. And if there's still time after I share my two fuck up story that I have on the floor, other people can, if there's still time, to share one or two things, and we'll be able to learn from it. So, starting from my first, as a DevOps engineer, other people in this group here that is into DevOps might relate more because of the tools and terminologies are mostly in our field. So it might not really make sense so much for a full stack developer or a machine learning engineer. But as a DevOps person, we use Argo CD for our GitOps operation. Argo CD is a DevOps tool that is used to continuously deploy, applications in Kubernetes. It's a GitOps pattern where it automates the deployment of your application and make sure that the target environment is complete or is up to date to what you want to your desired application state, and it also track these updates by branches in your GitHub or something like that. So, yeah, using this tool is basically, we have another one like Flux CD, but from my experience, most of the people that I know in DevOps, both in Nigeria or in Europe, most of them use Argo CD. So the fuck up there is that it's very frustrating sometimes when these tools is not deploying what needs to be deployed. You try to troubleshoot, you make a lot of stuff. The source in question is Elasticsearch. I think most of us, irrespective of your career, would know Elasticsearch, which is used for logging or to aggregate logs and search logs. If you combine it with D or Firebase with your Kibana. And we deploy this with Argo CD, and I was doing some occasional checks, and I had to restart or maybe recreate this application. So if you are familiar with Argo CD, you know that if you want to sync this application so that your desired state is what is in the target environment, there is a toggle button where you can actually replace this application. So if you have a persistent volume, PV or PVC, which you claim, and you use Argo CD to try to resolve issues and you replace this persistence volume, which I did honestly. And yeah, what happened was that I replaced the volume, which ended up dynamically creating another volume in our OTC cloud. So this made that the route that the containers were logging was moved to another volume without anybody knowing. So that means that the data of the previous months was lost, not lost, but in a different volume, while the new volume that I created by mistake was hosting the current data. So, well, as a Nigerian, you try to hide the fuck up and make sure that it looks like a mistake from someone else or sometime. But at the end of the day, I own the responsibility and said I did the replace button instead of a sync button, and this is why this thing happened. And together with my team, we um, replace or we move back the volumes to the previous ones, and we are able to recover the other data that was left only in the previous volume that I mistakenly removed from the pod. I don't know whether it makes sense for everybody here what is the fuck up that I described if it sounds gibberish, but the lessons learned here for my fellow DevOps is that when you are working with a GitOps tool, do not replace volumes, especially volumes, because when you replace a persistent volume claim, it's going to create another volume which will disengage the original one that you have. So that's one fuck up, and the lesson learned is to be careful around replacing resources when you are working with Argo CD or a GitOps application. So the second fuck up is not me. Thank God it wasn't me, because there's so much fuck up one can do. So someone in my team, particularly new, was able to delete the namespaces in Kubernetes cluster that we have for our production environment. And how did this happen? Many of us here in the DevOps world use the GitLab pipelines with Terraform to deploy our Terraform or provision our infrastructure as code. In this case, as a admin, we have a backdoor tunnel to use Terraform instead of going to the GitLab, you know? So what happened was that this new guy connected to the tunnels that leads to both development cluster and the production cluster, and he ran a script, a cleanup script that deletes things and ended up deleting the namespaces we have in the production environment cluster. I think you guys know how bad that sounds, and I don't know right now if his was reprimanded or not, but the thing there is that if you have even taken this CKA exam that some of us have here, there's a warning in these things. You need to know the cluster you are working on. You need to know the context of the cluster you're working on. Changing context. Most of us here that works Kubernetes know the command kubectl config set context, because you might end up connecting to 5 clusters, including your production, your testing cluster, or your development cluster, and then you are running commands. If you are not sure the cluster you're connected in or you're connected on, you would make a serious mistake. Please, this is the lesson that I also learned from that. Fortunately for me, I wasn't the one that made this fuck up, but it's still a fuck up. And that's why I thought to bring it to the team so that we can learn from it. And I think, like I said before, it sounds like a one-sided fuck up for DevOps guys. Yeah, because I'm a DevOps engineer and I can't say fuck up on another career or maybe software engineering that I'm not into. That's all from my side. I don't know if there's still time for someone else to share anything that he thinks that we can learn from, or we'll move on.
I think we are correctly on time. We already have our guest speaker in the house, Mr.
Okay.
Bowale Oyenuga. If you are there, but while Mr. Bowale Oyenuga is gonna be talking about Fortinet security fabrics, that's an awareness to IT information security. I want you guys to also be aware that we have, after his presentation, we have another presenter. His name is Olumide Dawodu. So he's going to be talking about understanding the German pension systems and its pitfall for IT professionals. So then after that, we are going to take a 5-minute break or 5 or 10 minute break. Then after that, we are going to have our quiz session. You trust me, this question, this quiz, this tech quiz, you want to be there because the winner of this quiz is going to go with a prize, and this prize marks our 4th year anniversary of IT Gurus. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the winner. So, Mr. Bawali Oyenuga, you have the floor, please.
Okay, thank you. Good. One of the topmost global in the industry, and Fortinet firewall is the most common deployed firewall globally. And so I think to just be more expository to much of what Fortinet is doing, and also how you can also have that level of education in that line. So permit me, I'll share a slide. I'll share slides so that we can all be able to participate as we go, so that we can see what I'm saying. Can I? Is
Yes.
it possible you allow me share? Me. So
yes, you should. Do you? Can you
It's
check
disabled.
if you is disabled? Okay. Just give me 1 second while I check.
I can share on the web, on the Google Meet web now.
You should. Yes, you should be able to.
But it's disabled.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I have to check. Okay. Maybe you can still talk about your company while you trying to set up this in your.
Okay. Like I mentioned, so Fortinet Fortinet is a global security leader in all solutions, especially network security, endpoint security, and all that. And why I intend to come with Fortinet Security Fabric is because Fortinet Security Fabric is like the cybersecurity mesh in Fortinet. That Fortinet stands as Fortinet Security Fabric, and it consists of all security products that Fortinet has, and all Fortinet security products are built patently, built right from ground, and that's why they are one of the topmost leader in the industry.
Can you try again? Sorry.
It's not allowing. You just paired with Bowale.
Yeah, I think I'm able to pair with you now, but wow, can I? Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. Share screen. Yeah, please try again. Let everyone share screen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me just start with this. Where are you? Wait. Okay. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay. So, yeah, kindly confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I will make this very short, but it will be rich. You get. Like I mentioned, I'm a systems engineer, much like a pre-sales engineer. What I do is talk about products, sell products to security products to organizations, consult for them, know their needs, and give them the right solution for what they want to achieve. And that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I was once a junior staff to David in my first place of work. Though he doesn't like talking about that. I don't know whether he's here. Doesn't like talking about that. But it was once my boss when we started working, when I started out in cybersecurity then. And today I'm a system engineer with Fortinet, and you can follow me on YouTube. I do a lot of content around cybersecurity, most especially fixing how to fix stuff, how to configure stuff. Then I'm delving into mentorship and community. So you can follow me on, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, and on Instagram, Cyberpoint, then on LinkedIn and Boali, or you can easily find that. So talking about Fortinet cybersecurity, firstly, Fortinet, like I mentioned, global leader in cybersecurity for the past 24 years, and the mission has been to secure people, devices, and data everywhere. And Fortinet has been a driving force in the evolution of cybersecurity and the convergence of networking and security. The traditional method of topology or networking then was to separate networking aspect from security. That's why we have routers in the networking world, and we have firewalls or UTM devices in the security world. But Fortinet has been able to converge, and I think other OEMs or vendors are doing that as well, converging networking and security into one platform, into one OS, so that you can be able to have visibility into your networking protocols, your networking traffic, and also the security aspect of it, which I'm going to explain later. And the networking device, which is the firewall, is the most deployed, most patented, and amongst all most validated in the industry. If you look at the Gartner quadrants, Fortinet in the network firewall, SD1 solution, most of the solutions were top. Fortinet is top leaders in that, top leaders in executing and all that. Then one of the most advantage of using Fortinet is that it's also the hardware also comes with special ASIC unit that ensures that the resources are not overutilized when it's in use or when it's in operation. Then we also have a training platform for anybody that is interested in cybersecurity. If you are just starting out or you're an expert and you want to have knowledge in cybersecurity, there is a training platform that is training.fortinet.com. You can have a self-paced training on that website and from ground up. And most of the solutions that Fortinet deploys, they have their enough materials there to be able to educate the users, staff, to be able to enhance their knowledge and all that. And Fortinet has been the mission in training people and fostering them to educate them in cybersecurity. So you can take the advantage of free training on their website. And if you are working with a company or an organization that is using Fortinet and you want more insight into the solution, you can also leverage on that to be able to get up to speed with most of the solutions you are working with. According to Gartner's quadrant, we are number one leaders in network firewalls, endpoint protections, and suites. Fortinet has a lot of suite of products across all domain, endpoints, network, data protections, and all that, which I'm still going to talk about in the coming slides. So going straight to Fortinet Security Fabric, recently Gartner, recommended a topology to all security in the industry, which is Gartner Cybersecurity Mesh Architecture. Before now, we've seen a lot of organizations trying to tackle cybersecurity threats by, getting different solutions in the environment in order to tackle a specific use case and all that. And By buying different solutions at any point in time, it creates a complex environment for them. So let's say that there's an issue with maybe ransomware. A company can buy maybe an ADR solution to tackle that issue. Maybe they want to have visibility into what's going on in their environment. They'll buy an analytics tools. Maybe they want to tackle application level. They'll buy another web application firewall. So this solution begins to create a lot of silo. They are silo, which means that they are not able to work together, and they make the environment complex to monitor. And one of the issues there is that there is lack of visibility. There's lack of automations, because most of those products being bought are not well integrated together and all that. And the point of integration for most of those points is the same solution, which is quite limited as to having a cybersecurity mesh. So Gartner introduced in 2021-2022, Gartner introduced cybersecurity mesh, which means that every organization, every cybersecurity vendors must create an avenue whereby all their security products have a way of integrating themselves together so that they can have enough visibilities, controls, and all that. And they can be able to interact with themselves, share telemetries, share threat intelligence, and be able to enhance cybersecurity for all organizations. And that's what Fortinet has been about for the past 10 to 15 years, which is their cybersecurity Fortinet security fabric. Fortinet security fabric is the integration of all Fortinet security solution as a platform. So one of the things that we've also seen is that organizations are moving away from this silo mode of protection that creates complex environment for them to a platform, creating a platform. What does a platform mean? A platform means that you get solutions that can be able to integrate with themselves, so that if you want to tackle an attack in the nearest future, you don't have to do away with what you currently have. You can easily integrate them with the existing infrastructure. Then these solutions will have a form of integration that they can be able to communicate with themselves over the network, share telemetry, share threat intelligence, and be able to do a level of automation without human intervention. So most of Fortinet's security solutions have that capabilities because of that platform that Fortinet has created, ability to integrate with themselves, ability to have communications, and enforce a level of automation and respond to threats instantly. And one of the beautiful core aspects of security fabric is visibility, giving enough visibility across all the domains, whether you have your product in the cloud, in the data center, or on-prem, or anywhere you are operating hybrid or multi-cloud. You can have a single pane of glass of visibility across board with one of their solutions, which is the FortiAnalyzer and the FortiSIEM, because it's able to integrate and all that. Then, if you are working with a company that has many sites, like many branches across globally, it will be very very joyous for you to just sit down as a cybersecurity engineer that you are, that you don't want stress for your life. Just sit down on a dashboard and can be able to manage thousands of sites on a single dashboard without going on it ether. So there's a platform for that, a solution for that, to be able to manage thousands of sites, thousands. Then you can push policies, integrate policies, push configuration. You can scale. You can do a level of zero-touch provisioning for new site and all that. And that's what is called the Forti Manager. And with the Fortinet Security Fabric as well, you can have a level of automation and self-healing environment for you. So imagine an endpoint detected and maybe a compromised host. You want to be able to talk to the firewall to quarantine such compromised hosts, so that it won't infect other maybe hosts or tools in your environment. So security fabric is very broad, and Fortinet has been enhancing the product to be able to ensure that customers that deploy Fortinet solution has that level of enhance security in their environment with the Fortinet security fabric that they have. So looking at the suite of products, because Fortinet does suite of products and they are perfect in all of that. So I will just bring all the products up, and I'll talk about them one after the other. So there's classification for each of these products. We have the security-driven networking. When you say security-driven networking, it sounds somehow like you are merging two words into one. Yes, because the FortiGate device, which is the firewall, is able to converge networking and security into its own. So there's convergence of networking and security into one device. That means that the FortiGate can easily replace an enterprise router, like an enterprise traditional router. It does advanced routing. So why is this very important? Because with this, you can monitor your networking, your networking aspect of the business without having to switch to another device and all that. So FortiGate matches that together. You can do advanced routing, SD1, software-defined one area network. You can do policy routing with the FortiGate, and it does it perfectly. Then with that, you can now embed security into your routing. You can leverage on the UTM features of the firewall, like the antivirus, IPS, intrusion prevention system, web filtering, DNS, and so that solution is a robust solution that gives that level of maintenance visibility for an organization. So you can easily do networking, and that makes the network security perfect for anybody that's interested in networking and all that. Then FortiGate is that enterprise next generation firewall that's help organizations against cyber threats, filters, attacks, and all that. And the FortiGate device comes in 3 form factors, or more than that, four form factors. We have the physical device, you have the VM, the virtual machine, we have the cloud, and it can be deployed in the cloud environment and all that. And you can also consume FortiGate as a service in AWS or public cloud and all that. Then FortiGate also has switch. Do 40 switches and 40 APs for secure access solutions. And with this, if you combine 40 AP, 40 switch, and FortiGate in an enterprise, you can be able to do a level of NAC, network access, basic network access control, onboarding of guests, onboarding of users easily, and you can be able to protect your network and the segmentation of your network in an instance. Then with FortiGate, you can maintain, and the FortiGate serves as a controller for the 40 switch and the 40 AP. So that means if you have maybe more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 800, 40 switches and 40 AP, you can be able to maintain them, control them with the FortiGate device. You won't have to get additional controllers for your AP, which enhances the customer's security posture the more, because you can easily leverage the UTM feature of the FortiGate device, the security feature of the FortiGate device for your wireless users and all that, and for your LAN users using the switches and all that. Then there's also what we call the 40 extender in the networking aspect. So for instance, you have maybe your staff or customers or your executives are working in a remote environment that can only have access to 4G, 3G, 5G network without dedicated internet. The 40 extender you can leverage on this 40 extender to be able to ensure that coverage is done without any glitches and all that. So moving to the zero trust network access of Fortinet, which is the category of that, we have different solutions in that aspect. But coming to zero trust is a technology that is more advanced than VPN. I'm sure you are familiar with remote access VPN, where for remote users, which has to do with connecting users to a virtual network, maybe from anywhere you're working to, maybe to an internal applications or internal network in a data center or in a corporate network. But we've seen a lot of vulnerabilities and issues with that over time. and there has been an introduction of ZTNA, which is Zero Trust Network Access. It means that nothing should be trusted. The old topology we used to have then is that we used to have zones, different zones. We have internal zone, we have WAN zones and all that. And to an extent, we used to put a lot of trust in internal zone because anything connect. We always believe that anything that connects from the internal zone is always secure, and anything that connects from the external zone or from the public zone or coming inside should not be trusted. But Zero trust concept says that whether you are connecting from inside or you are connecting from outside or you are connecting from the public or internally, nothing should be trusted. You have to verify everything at every point in time to be able to validate the authenticity of the connector, of the device, of the host, and the user. So there's always continuous verification with ZTNA, and for remote users connecting to maybe internal applications, as opposed to the traditional VPN that will connect users to the internet network of or the internet network of a corporation that you will be able to interact with IP addresses of a network and all that. The ZTNA only gives you access to the applications you are connecting to, and that limits if there's an attack, it limits the lateral movement of an attacker into your network. So the attacker is just relating with the host and the application, so you can easily curb an attack with using ZTNA. And another thing is that ZTNA continuously verifies the user at every point in time. So things like compliance with company's policy, like you have to have up-to-date antivirus, you have to have up-to-date OS, you have to connect from a certain location, you have to have some certain things before you're able to connect to applications will be put in place. So ZTNA is the next thing most organizations are looking into, and they are migrating from VPN to that. And in this case, we have different use cases and different Fortinet products in this. We have the Fortinet, which is the network access control from Fortinet. We have the Forti Authenticator and the Forti Token that does the multi-factor authentication. Is the identity and authentication management for Fortinet. So things like multi-factor authentication, radius authentication, ADAP authentication, and most of these authentication that you want to customers want to manage centrally. Fortinet Authenticator is able to do that. And the FortiClient agent is like a unified endpoint. It does many things. For instance, if your customer wants to do like a VPN, the FortiClient can serve as a VPN for the customer, as a VPN agent rather for the customer. The FortiClient can serve as the ZTNA agent for the customer. The FortiClient also have places in endpoint protections for the protection of your laptop, servers, and all that. And it's a unified agent that is very, very important and robust in its own capacity. So things like installing an agent on a computer, and you want to do web filtering, sandboxing, DNS filtering, application control, and all of that, most especially protection of that endpoint. The FortiClient has that level of capacity, and also serve as agent as VPN agent and ZTN agent and all that. Then we have the FortiEDR. It is an endpoint detection and response in terms of SOC aspect of Fortinet, which is much more advanced in terms of functionalities than the FortiClient. So in terms of forensic analysis, doing your research about what really happened, finding root cause analysis and all that. Things like advanced threat protections, ransomware attacks, protection and all that. FortiEDR has that level of capacity to protect users, detect threats and respond accordingly. And we have the FortiSOAR for orchestration and automation response in your environment. FortiSOAR is able to connect to all devices in customers' environments to do a level of automation for security, response and remediation, analytics, and all that. Then, because one of the things we've also seen in the industry is a shortage of skill gaps. With this, with FortiSOAR, you can be able to develop a level of playbooks and automation that can automatically respond to threats detection and all that, so that when there's an incident, Fortiswan knows what to do based on what has been done, and it covers up for the skill gaps to an extent, not to an extent, it covers up for the skill gaps shortage that we have globally. Then the Forti Analyzer is the core component of the security fabric of Fortinet, which means that it analyzes logs, collect data, network threats, IOC, indicator of compromises, and anything that has to do with Fortinet product. Fortinet Analyzer is able to collect the logs, centrally manage the logs, analyze the log for you. Then you can do a level of automation with Fortinet Analyzer as well. With Fortinet Analyzer as the core component of the security fabric, is able to, so you can be able to centrally manage different sites with the same addresses and objects. So on this, with the usage of the security fabric, and seeing that we have many, seeing that a customer has many sites, they might have many objects that they've defined, many addresses and all that. So, and they want to be able to use that object across board. Security fabric is able to centrally, use those objects repeatedly in different sites without having you to be creating objects across the board. You can easily manage them across board. We have the FortiSIM, which is the SIM solution from FortiSIM. With SIM solution, it integrates with all security products and collects logs, analyze it, and able to give you a level of visibility and control into that environment. Like I said, Fortinet has a suite of products that they are doing well. In the application board, we have Forti ADC, which is the load balancer. Some call it load balancer, and for distribution of application traffic and all that. It comes in hardware, software, VMs, and all that. Then there's what we call FortiWeb, which is the web application firewall for applications that protect users from top 10 OAPs vulnerabilities, like the SQL injection, cross-site scripting, all those sort of vulnerabilities. And it's also equipped with artificial intelligence to be able to detect malicious intent that cause abroad. We have the FortiMail as well for email gateways that secures against spams, threats from spams, what's it called, business, phishing attacks, and all those sort of attacks that comes with mails. So the email gateway, the FortiMail serves as an email gateway for organizations, and it can also be integrated with Office 365 and G Suite, and G Suite and all other email solutions as well. Then we have FortiGate in the cloud, in the public cloud, and in the private cloud as well. We have FortiInsight UABA to be able to detect the behavioral patterns of users, and we have seen a lot of threats that comes as a result of malicious intent from insider, and is able to detect that if there's any form of behavioral abnormalities. FortiInsight can give you such level of insight and visibility into that. FortiNDR, that's for network detection and response. So what this does is that when it's deployed, it's able to capture and set the base. It's able to capture the networks, behavior of networks activities in an organization, and set a baseline for those activities, such that when there's an anomaly, based on his intelligence, is able to detect that and also be able to prevent attacks based on that. We have the Forti Sandbox for threats, for unknown threats, 0-day threats, ransomware attacks. Forti Sandbox can handle that. And the way Forti Sandbox works is that it has its own environment, that when a user downloads a file or an application or a code, before the file is delivered to the user or to the staff, to the end user, it brings in that application or that code or that stuff into its own virtual environment. It runs those applications, it runs those code in its own environment to see his behavior, whether they are malicious or not that. And if he sees it as malicious based on his behavior, it sends a notification to the user that this thing is malicious, giving his verdict that is malicious, that it can be sent to you based on that. And if it's not, it releases such file, and it works based on scanning those files, applications, and all that. And that's how the Forti sandbox work. We have the Forti Deceptor. The Forti Deceptor works like an honeypot, but it's much more intelligent than an honeypot. An honeypot is like a network of decoys, a network of false endpoint or host, just to be able to lure attackers and to see how they operate. So with an honeypot, you're able to gather threat intelligence from the activities of an attacker in a decoy asset or decoy environment. So Forti Deceptor uses that technologies to be able to set up a lot of decoys for customers and be able to learn from what is happening in that environment. And the threat intelligence gathered from from those activities can be used to enforce security in the real asset of an organization. So if you see that in this particular decoys or honeypots that are set up, Forti Deceptor decoys that are set up, there's a lot of attacks against RDP protocols, or there's a lot of attacks, vulnerabilities that this attacker is trying to exploit. You can use that intelligence to enforce security in the real world of the network and all that. Then we have the FortiGuard. The FortiGuard is the threat intelligence for Fortinet, and it runs 24/7. All the products that I mentioned here, they are well connected to the FortiGuard labs that runs 24/7. They gather their threat intelligence from the FortiGuard lab. The FortiGuard lab is able to update the signatures of most of these engines on a 24/7, and they gather threat intelligence from it as well. I've spoken about the Forti Manager, the Fortinet Echo, and the Fortinet Fabric ecosystem also extend APIs to other platforms and other vendors to be able to connect to it and be able to interact. It's not just with Fortinet products as well. So another thing is FortiSASE, the new technology now that most people, organizations are also moving to due to the working model we've seen, which is working from home. People are not just working from home; they are working from anywhere, and they need optimum security for their remote workers and the applications that they have access to. So this is where FortiSASE comes in. With FortiSASE, you enjoy a suite of cloud delivered security like secure web gateway, firewall as a service, SD-WAN, CASB, zero trust network access, all delivered in a single pane of glass in a FortiOS single dashboard, and which is very optimal. Wherever this user is connecting from is having optimal security for a service. The remote users can enjoy the level of security a local user sitting in an office in a secure network can enjoy as well. So that's the kind of provisioning that FortiSASE has for remote users. Thank you. I don't know whether you have any question. I said I will make it short, but I have taken a lot of time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bawale. Do we have questions in the house?
My only question I want to ask him is, are you also into sales? Because you made a very wonderful presentation.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a salesman. I do sales.
Yeah, that was a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Network and cloud. Network and cloud raise their hand. You want to say you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Hello, Bawale.
Yeah.
So I have just two questions.
Okay.
First one is, so I'll paint two scenarios. So I want to hear tell me how Fortinet can help us to resolve this. The first one is, you said the Fortinet EDR, talks to the firewall, so that maybe when someone comes into the office and maybe your system is infected, as soon as you log into the company's network, it detects the infection and knocks the person out of the company's LAN. So my question now is, first one is, let's assume I don't have a Fortinet EDR in my system. Maybe I have like a Microsoft Defender or a Sophos Intercept X. Will they do the same thing? Like do the heartbeats with the Fortinet products on my network? That's the first one. The second question I have is, so we had a problem recently with a client. So they were deploying an app and they somehow downloaded a free software, let me put it that way, online, and they use it for the app, but not knowing that there was a code that was embedded on it and was generating Bitcoin, mining Bitcoin between 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now, my question is there any solution that we can get for our environment, for a Linux system, not Windows, Linux system that can, trace that kind of thing and maybe stop it before it actually even starts? Thank you.
Okay, crypto mining. So yes, for the first question, in terms of automation, like I mentioned, we have integrations with also other technologies in terms of with APIs and all that. I've seen the quarantine action between FortiClient and the FortiGate. So I've seen it live. Like a host is infected, and there is a telemetry communication between the FortiClient and the FortiGate, and because it's an automation that you set on the FortiGate device that should ban or quarantine this this particular infected host until it is remediated. And you can also use the Fortinet feature to do that level of automation and communication between that. Sophos also, because I once sell Sophos as well. When I was with David, I was sell Sophos. That's my first point of what's it called? First point of access to cybersecurity. There's what they call synchronized security in Sophos, which means that the endpoint and the Intercept X and the SG firewall has a level of telemetry communication. I've forgotten what they call it, that telemetry communication between themselves to quarantines and all that. So they have that level of automation as well. But in terms of using maybe Intercept X as endpoint and using that communication between Intercept X and FortiGate device, I won't say it's not possible. It's possible, but I think it will require a level of API connections and all that. But I'm not sure. I have to, go and maybe read more on that to check how possible is that. But I think it's possible because Fortinet is able to, we're able to the fabric has third-party integrations that they are open to a lot of vendors and all that, which is very, very key. Then for Linux, you can, so before a Linux server could go online or to a website or download a code or something else, it has to pass through the network. So on the network, that means that you have to ensure there is a firewall in place and there are rules and policies that that are in place to block any activity to those sites. One, if you look at FortiGate device, as you see, they have different categories of sites based on the FortiGuard rating. So you can see crypto mining sites, all of them are categorized. When you visit a site, you have a category. So FortiGuard updates all that on a daily basis. So when you put all those rules in place, even if there is a command and control communication between the Linux server and the website and the server that they are mining from, the FortiGate or the network firewall can be able to block that communication. You understand? It's able to block that communication and ensure that that such host is not communicating with what's it called? With with the server to mine and all that. Then another thing is there are endpoints that can also be installed on Linux. I get there are endpoints that can also be installed on Linux. I'm not sure FortiClient support endpoints, Linux server. Let me quickly find out. Victor, you raise your hand.
Yes, Victor, you have the
No, I
floor.
just wanted to add to what you said in terms of like what David said. I mean, if you have a group of servers, then you can create a firewall policy with categories like the web filter, like you said. Or if you also have like a Forti proxy, then you can, I mean, ensure traffic is passing through this Forti proxy using web filters as well, like you said. And that's one way I can think about.
You can also install endpoints on Linux server. And the purpose of that is to also ensure that even if the Linux server is not within the network coverage, the endpoints can be able to protect against such activities. It will
I just
scan.
have one question. I just have one question against the 40N, as in 40N point, like the antivirus. Is it possible to integrate, like maybe if I have like Sophos, no, not like the popular antivirus, like for, I don't know, Capacity or whatever, can this integrate into the 40, and another EPP solution, can this integrate into 40 security fabric easily?
Dependent on what you want to achieve. So, depending on what you want to achieve, I've seen an environment that they use different solutions, and Fortinet is also part of what they are using. You understand? So, and that depends on what you want to achieve with that level of integration. You understand? But the major security fabric integrations we have are the Fortinet security products, and others are connecting maybe via APIs or via connectors, and they can be able to leverage well with what you have.
Any other question for Mr. Bawale Oyenuga? Okay, if
You
there's
can
no.
subscribe to my YouTube channel at CyberPoints. I do a lot of cybersecurity content. Follow me. Thank you so much for the time.
You're welcome, Mr. Bawale. Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Bawale. It's been nice talking to you today. It's been nice hearing a lot of information security awareness. I think everyone is aware about what happened last week or so about Microsoft and CrowdStrike, where every virtually the half of the entire universe went down. So I'm so glad I was not affected because my company uses Mac. So everyone uses Mac. So we're like, we don't even know what's going on out there. Until one of my colleagues called me and told me, "Hey, we cannot do anything right now." Yeah. So that's how sensitive information security is. So please be aware. You can talk to your company about it. Now you know about Fortinet. I've actually known Fortinet for about 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm not new to them, or they're not new to me anymore. So you guys are doing wonderful jobs and keep it up. And if you want to follow Mr. Bawale Oyenuga, you want to say your YouTube name again?
At CyberPoints, I'll drop it in the comment section.
Okay, please do. All right. Our next agenda is.
Thank you so much. I'll just leave now so I can attend to other stuff.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now, the next agenda, I would, before the agenda, do we have any question regarding what we've said in the past? And if there is no question, I will move on to the next agenda, which is going to be relating to your pension systems in Germany. If you are living in Germany, this is actually meant for you as a professional, as a student, as somebody that just came to Germany, or somebody that is planning to come to Germany. and somebody that is already here that you don't know about your pension system, you really need to listen as an IT professional, because sometimes you just find out that you're working your ass off, and after 30, 40 years, you just find out that, hey, how much do I have in my account? I cannot even be able to take care of my family, myself, after I've worked for 30, 40 years abroad. So please welcome Mr. Olumide Daudu from Ego.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. I must first of all say this is a very laudable initiative from all of you, that you have a platform in which you use to engage yourself, to also deliberate on some of the common challenges that you have in the field of IT. And I applaud all of you. And I'm very, very pleased to be here this evening. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Just to say a few things about myself, my name is Olumide Daudu, and I must say I came also, like many of you, to Germany as a student. But yeah, I would say, unfortunately, from what I just said now, the field of IT is a bit technical. I did not study IT, so I studied strategic management consulting, and I had the pleasure to work with different companies in the area of HR, business development, marketing, and sales, and which I also led the department, the international sales department for a company for many years. And since over 3 years now, I've been working with Ergo as a freelancer, where we also have quite a large team that we are working with all over Germany, and we operate our small startup companies under the umbrella of Ergo. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, yeah, why are we here? You also agree with me that this reason why I also decided to join Ergo, it's probably what will confront all of us as well as, experts in our various fields. We usually, as foreigners, we came to Germany quite late, which means before we would settle down to finish our study, before we obtain our resident permit, the allowance to work. Before we eventually settle down for the job, you realize that this has taken quite a lot of time. Mr. Victor, you have a question, sir.
Please, how can I get your contact? Because I'm interested in speaking with you just by your side.
Yes. Maybe what we can do is that, we can. I'm going to share my contact. Sorry?
Okay.
So,
I'm
No
going to.
problem.
I'm going to share my details. So because
I think he's gonna drop his details in the chat, and also in the IT Guru WhatsApp group. So maybe we should just give him a time to also talk to people for them to be aware about this product.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop my contact details because tonight I'm not sure we are going to be able to go into like thorough details, but just to receive an overview as to what the problem is and what is the suitable solution for all of us. So as I was mentioning, you realize that, we are in this country. Even though we are lucky to start a very good career now, but you also bear with me that it took us several years before we can be able to settle down eventually and then take up a career. In comparison to our counterparts here who are Germans that were born here, that started early, you realize that, it will be a kind of situation for us that we are not able to contribute into our pension pots for so long a time. Before I go into that, I would like to share a screen with you. Just let me see, I can do that. So
yes, that's possible. You should be able to share screen.
I can share the window screen. But can I share a?
You can share a window. You can also share. I think you can also share a slide or something like that. A page.
Okay, I think so. Can't share your screen. Google Chrome may not be dismissed. Okay.
I think you have the privilege to share screen. Everyone should be able to share.
Yeah. So maybe I have to do some
allowance. Okay, I have to authorize it. Okay.
While Mr. Olumide is still trying to figure out sharing his presentation, does anybody ask question regarding what you can emphasize about your pension in Germany? Do you really have an idea about what a likely challenge you could face, um, if you did not plan for the future right now?
Yeah, it's very easy to know if you read the news that the government at this point puts billions of euros every month to pay for the people that are already in their pension period now. So that means by the time we get old, it will be way difficult to survive in your pension alone. And I know so many of us will quickly say, yeah, I'm going to open a business. I'm not going to rely on working for 30 years in Germany or something like that. And I think I've mentioned something like this in the group where I said, I see this as your worst case scenario, All of us have plans, businesses, or something like that. But what if you don't become this millionaire and hero that you dream or you pray or you kabash for? You end up, you say, be an employee for the next decade. And like Mr. Lumide said, our counterparts started working at the age of 21. And we, at least for me, I can say for myself, I'm 35 years and I started working full time in Germany for like 2 years ago. So I wouldn't compare what I contributed in the pension system compared to somebody that started his career at the age of 21, So it's something to actually worry about and plan for the future.
Thank you very much for that. It seems I'm still having a challenge to share because it's asking me to kind of do some system preferences.
Okay, can you send this to me via WhatsApp or something via email? Then I can share it.
Yes, I can try to do that.
If you can send this to me via WhatsApp, then probably can.
Just a minute. Can I, if you can drop your email here in the chat for me?
Okay. Please send it to that email, Yakub at itgurusgermany.com, and I will be able to present this directly to everyone. Okay, while we are still trying to get hold of the presentation, don't forget, stay behind. You might be the lucky winner for our quiz competition. It's going to be very interesting. And trust me, we've actually factored this out that everyone that wants to participate is the question is going to be around every field. So I am sure our quiz master is already waiting for you guys to win, for the winner to win something. Okay. While I'm also doing that, yeah, I think we are currently in the break session already. So we will be taking a 10-minute break. Please just stay tuned and we can continue with the pension thing.
think for some of us that are still on the call that have something to say, we can say it on the break, right?
Yes, please. You have the floor. You can. This
I mean,
breakout session.
general discussions that's off topic or whatever.
Yeah. Anybody that has a question regarding their career, questions. This is a break session. You can talk about anything you want to talk about right now. And by the way, we are still looking for volunteers to join our dev groups. As you can see, we have a couple of projects in pipeline. We have a lot of things we are trying to build and we're trying to do to collaborate together. Please, if you have passion for development and you have passion for to become admin members in IT Guru, please, you know how you can reach us. Please reach us on our WhatsApp, and you can also send us email info@itgurusgermany.com. info@itgurusgermany.com. Any information you have, you can also let us know.
I just sent you the presentation, sir, and some links, sir.
Okay, then let me check. Okay.
Is the website on SMS forum?
Excuse me.
I'm asking if the website is SMA forum.
SMA. What do you mean?
I'm asking if the IT Gurus website.
Yes.
It's based on SMF forum.
I don't understand what you mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like a platform that you can use to create forums.
No, MediaWiki. We actually use MediaWiki. MediaWiki is something related to Wikipedia, but this is an open source version of it. Yeah, so I think Mr. Lumide Daudu, you sent, maybe I can share my screen, maybe you can, I think you sent Sintin Bereshnong on
and there's a file in it. There's a presentation in the email as well.
There's a file in there. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, I found it. Now I found it. Good. I've downloaded it, and let's do some screen share. Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can see. Thank you so much for jumping in. So if you can go to the second slide, just to give the second one, the overview of Ergo, that we might also be able to see the company we are working with.
Okay, this one.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you want me to present it?
Yeah, you can present it, sir.
Okay,
good. Thank you. Just to give you a kind of an insight into the company Ergo. So Ergo is a company that is owned by Minikri, which is in German called Münchner Rückversicherung. Apparently, that's a reinsurance company. And since we are all learned here, we can also try to check the history of Minikri. Is the number one reinsurance company in the whole world, which means, there's a huge stability in terms of experience, in terms of financial base for so many years. Minikri was founded in 1880, and up to the end of 2023, it has around 42,000 plus employees and a revenue of over 57 billion euros. And the profit margin of the company is also quite robust, with over 4.5 billion euros in 2023. And this is a company that has been operating on the capital market since so many years, as well as a member of the European Stock Exchange market. And this is the company that owns Ergo. And we represent Ergo basically when it comes to consumer insurance, in the area of life insurance, pension insurance, and that's exactly why we are here this evening.
In order for you to just understand, like what I was saying, the issue of all of us being able to deliberate now, being able to also discuss about our career, plan ahead, have fantastic job. I believe all of you know that this is, relating to your working power in life. And in the principle of economics, if you have working strength, your strength is what guarantees your existence in life in return. If you can go to the next slide, sir. That guarantees your strength in return. The problem is many of us, we arrive Germany at a specific age, like X age. Yeah, it could be at the age of 20, it could be at the age of 25, but history or statistics shows that many of us will come between the age of 22, if you are lucky, and sometimes even almost close to 40. So you now realize that, when you start your career, the early years are the time we use to settle down, to learn the language, maybe to obtain the resident permit, and eventually it could take some of us around 2, 3, or even up to 5 years before we can settle down. And then after settling down, then you can start earning income, slowly. And when you start earning income, you now realize that, okay, there are so many other things that set in. And the reason why you can earn income is because you have the strength to work. And that strength is what guarantees your living standard, in which you can provide for your needs today. You can have a comfortable home, you have a nice car, nice apartment. Some of us also have projects back home simply because you have the strength to work. But you also realize that maybe about 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, when you are still younger than today, you have a lot of strength to do so many things as compared to today. And that exactly is the same principle that the older we are getting, what we can do today, we will not be in the position to also do them again in the future, because the working strength depreciate over the years. And in relating to your income, you realize that at some point you might get to the peak of your career, and then your income is not increasing beyond that level, and suddenly the person also getting older. And before you know it, you are already in pension. During the career years, you can afford quite a lot of basic things in life, so many things. You can go on beautiful holidays, you can provide for your needs and all of those things because the strength is there. And I'm sure that some of you today, if you are working and then you are not satisfied with the job, you can easily change your company, move to another place, because you always still have the capacity to do so. Then there is going to be a time that we get older, and which is now when we enter the age of retirement, in which we are no longer having the same strength as we used to have in the past. And I'm not sure if many of you are aware that today that you are earning quite, you can still go back, sir, that you are earning quite fantastically well, that whatever, and for no matter how long you work for in Germany, that there's nobody that can boost beyond 47% of their income today in retirement. And I'm sure there are some of us that is expected to be in retirement maybe in the next 30 years, or in the next 35 years, or in the next 20-something years. And if you now look at your income today, that if I now get to a stage in which I am older, I am weaker, I cannot easily change job, I cannot pursue careers the way I can do today, then I cannot boost beyond 47% of my income in that age, then it sets a very huge precedence for one to have huge pension gap. And that's exactly the problem, that at that age, one is no longer able to provide for his or her need the way he used to do it in the past. And looking at 47%, they said nobody means even the Germans cannot earn beyond 47%. You now see that there's even much problem for us as foreigners because we started our career much later than them. And because of this, we contributed also far little into the pension purse, and there's also little that we can expect in return. And that's the reason why there are a lot of people that struggle at the age of retirement. A lot of them are there on the street, having to even, pick bottles, go for free lunch, or we'll have to be doing some part-time jobs in retirement. And retirement means we have been working in the past for so long, We are supposed to now be in retirement. When we have done the needful ahead, that's even when you can have the best quality life, because you can travel, you can do a lot of things that you have never achieved in the past if you have been able to plan adequately ahead. And the main reason for us today is this, that now that I'm still young, I need to learn how to become financially intelligent, that I am also having moderate income and also a very good financial possibility, but I also learned the means that little of my income is also simultaneously working ahead for me. So that when I get to that stage, then I don't suddenly enter this pension gap, but I can still be able to maintain my standard of living. And my question is, if this is a point or a thing that many of us are interested in, or have even thought about ahead. Maybe one or two people can just say something in that area. Have you had any thoughts around this, that when I get older, how am I going to survive? How am I going to also be able to maintain what I used to have before?
So I think that generally everyone thinks about this in the future.
Yes.
If you're spending a lot of money now, you just know that my head should be thinking. But I think the problem arises where we don't have it structured.
Yes.
So I guess that's where you come in to give us something like this.
And the problem even is not about the solution; it's even to understand the problem in its in the first place. A lot of us are working as foreigners, and we don't even understand how the pension scheme in Germany operates. And that's why I want to quickly dwell on that. The way the pension is structured, the pension scheme in Germany, is what they call the generational contract, or Generationsvertrag in German. It means that all of us that are young today, that we are working, we are obliged to contributing into the pension pot, either we like it or not. And what you do with these contributions from the younger generation is that they use it to pay the pension of the older people. And that's why it's called generational contract. So it's like a socialist idea of give and take. So some people have to give for some people to receive. And this idea has been in existence since so many years, so many decades in Germany, because then the population was a different scenario back then. If you look at this slide now, in 1950, you will see that in the entire German population, just around 15% of the population are people above the age of 60, and 30% under the age of 20. And in that case, they can afford to have that system because they have many younger people compared to in comparison to the older people. And that's when a German family can still have maybe up to 10 or 8 or more children in Germany. But you now realize today that many of them don't even have the same amount of children as they used to have in the past. Some don't even have at all. If you have to take an instance, in 1960 in Germany, over 2 million children were born. And if you look at the trend today, it is between 500,000 to around 600,000 plus per year. And the consequence is now this, that even all the kids or the children that were born in the 60s, in the 40s, in the 50s, they are now getting older. And younger generation like us, we are no longer producing kids the way it used to be. And that's the reason why you see that also on the slide, before 6 people will contribute for 1 retiree. And this has also changed because of the amount of the younger generation that is reducing or decreasing. And in return, Germany even has a very good health system. And what that does is that it makes older people to even live longer. So the real situation here is that they are now having many older people liable to receiving pension or already receiving pension than those who are contributing into the pension pot. And if you know, that's why they are encouraging a lot of international workforce to come to Germany. That's why they have eased the resident permit. Skilled workers can also try to come to Germany because the working population in Germany is getting old, especially in the skilled sectors. And because of this problem that became really visible since 90s, they increased the age of pension at some point to 67. And 67 is one of the highest age of retirement in the world. And that is not even enough. the government started pumping in extra subsidies to support the pension scheme. You can see also here on the slide, 15 billion euros in 1990, but this didn't get better. And as of 2020, over 75 billion euros. Because of why? The people contributing into it are no longer sufficient in comparison to those who are receiving from it. And they have to also implement some other measures to preserve this scheme from a complete collapse. And one of these is this, that since 2005, now imagine you are all working today and paying into the pension pause, yeah? When the retirement starts, we would all have to start paying pension tax again to death. So they are now having double phase of financing, both the young and the older, because the younger generation is no longer sufficient. So the older one needs to also join again to finance it. So it's like refinancing a loan that you already have, and you are doing under refinancing. And this is the principle that is quite challenging for many people to understand, because it now means that no matter how long we work for, we can barely have anything tangible in the future. There are so many measures or reforms in question now. One of them is that they are also even planning to increase the age of retirement to 70 in Germany, which I found very, very sad. But they are not producing kids anymore. And they said for this problem to be solved, every family should be in the position of having at least around 8 to 10 children. And how is that going to be possible when Germany has a birth rate of around 1.3 to 1.5 per family? And the question is this: even the 500 to 600,000 children they are having per year, most of them are even coming from foreigners these days. So, guys, you're all IT experts, and you still have the energy, the strength. So my plea with you guys is that all of us needs to try as much as possible to have for the German government at least 10 to maybe even more children, not less than 8, so that we can contribute our own quota into this pension scheme and not allow it to collapse. That's questionable, but I believe that that's not what everybody would like to do, because even with 1 or 2 children that we have a lot of headaches already. And unfortunately, guys, this is the scheme that many people will want to rely upon when they enter retirement, because they don't even know the intensity of the problem and how challenging it is for them, that they need to use their prime age now to even prepare ahead so that they don't suddenly enter into this problem. If you now look at it, so it means that in all the possible ways of securing yourself in terms of pension in Germany, the one that is supposed to be the biggest support is now massively collapsing due to that, the public pension. And I bet that this is what majority of us, the only thing that majority of us we have. People need to now have the knowledge of putting alternatives on the side for themselves. Guys, I know you're all working. Some of your companies might be offering company pension scheme just for you as an intelligence. It is like a kind of recommendation that is kind of compulsory for many companies to offer this to their employees as an extra pension support. So if you don't have it, request for it, and I'm sure that most of them, they will offer you. But of course, it's still not going to cover all your plans for financial needs in the future. So you need to also take the private alternative into your hand. If you don't do it, I must honestly say that, when you put a car on the Autobahn, the highway in Germany, you can barely see the end of the road. And that's exactly the same problem with the pension scheme in Germany. Nobody can envisage the end of it. The government, they are not even having any solution around it anymore. Just a couple of months ago, the German Chancellor announced that another 12 billion euros need to be put on the side per year into investment on the stock market to ensure that they also prepare a bit ahead for the shortfall in the population that they are expecting. And when you go to the next slide, sir, you will see the trend of the population in Germany, which likely suggests that, wow, if people don't understand what is going on, then I really feel sorry for them. Look at in 1910, the population of men and women, you could see that the larger part of it is between the age of 0 to 30. Then the baby boom era began, which was between 1946 to 1964, after the Second World War. Then they started having massive children in Germany. And you could see there's a shift in the population demographic. And guess what is happening? Those children that were born in the 60s, 50s, 40s, they are now entering retirement. You could see that in 2018, they are already forming the biggest part of the population in Germany. And people are not having the same amount of children that they used to have in the past. Some don't even have at all. They have cats, dogs, and so on. So which is now leading to the older population becoming more and the younger population reducing. And in the next couple of years to come, there's going to be largely older population in Germany. And that's a huge concern for the German government. And guess what happened? Germany has around 83 million population. You can research it. Almost 26 million out of them are already in retirement. And that's a huge proportion. And for a very industrialized environment, that's a huge concern for the German society. And in the midst of all of this problem, look at somebody who is 27-year-old, who, and I'm sure some of us started our career at the age of 27 here, yeah, or maybe far older or a bit younger. Look at this example. If this guy started working at the age of 27 in this current problem of pension, and the guy earns around 2,800 net income, yeah, gross income, and after he pays the health insurance contribution, the pension contribution, the tax, and all of those, which you cannot negotiate by law, you sign the contract, yeah, unknowingly, and you have to pay all of those social contributions in Germany. And then he receives 1,830 euros. With the assumption that he could constantly maintain such income, he didn't have career gaps, like even many women that will have to stay at home for maternity leave, raising the kids for several years. So in this case, with the assumption that he could constantly work and work and work till the age of retirement without any career gaps. And the age of retirement is currently 67. What that means is that the guy will have worked for 40 good years nonstop. Guys, after working 40 good years nonstop, he would only be entitled to a pension of around 1,088 euros after 40 years. And I have to blow your bubbles here. The 1,088 euros, this young man needs to pay the pension tax from it. This young man needs to pay the health insurance contribution from it. And he also needs to pay the flaky physician, like the care insurance for older people from it. If he's apparently very lucky, then you will see that he will be able to do what? Earn around 800 euros after 40 years of career. Now ponder on this. How many of us are even going to work 40 years long in the first place? And ponder even more deeply on it, the women and so on and so forth. And I want you to stop sharing here. If you can go to the website, the second link, the zinsenberechnung.de that the first link. The first link, yeah, the other one. This is a documentary that was conducted by Deutsche Welle, and it's quite sad to see how brutal and sad this situation is entirely in Germany. The Germans that are born here, they are crying massively around it. Yeah, you can imagine the expected years of career for an average German is around 45 years. And a few of them that will have career gaps of maybe 7 years or maybe 11 years, out of this, they are in poverty. And you can play these videos for us to see it and take some huge lessons out of it.
Probably we can share this video to people in the chat. We might not. We won't
play everything. Just a few.
Okay, let me see if my audio can play that. Can you hear the audio?
1 in 5 people in Germany is at risk of poverty.
I think it's best to watch the video ourselves. I watched this video myself.
Okay, yeah, so I can share the video in the chat for people to watch it later. Yeah.
If you share it in the group, please take time to watch this video. It's quite alarming, and it's so much going to be a very bad thing if people don't understand what they need to do to safeguard themselves ahead. Germans are crying. How much more we foreigners that will not even work longer like them? And I want you to also go to the other link, the Zinsenberechnen.de. Statistics shows that for we foreigners, the expected pension for us is between 500 to around 1,200 euros per month when we enter retirement. And I'm sure a lot of us will also know the consequence of inflation, isn't it? In the next 30 years when we enter retirement. You can share this. I just want to, you can share the screen, sir, just for us to see it.
Okay, 1 second. Let me do that.
On the menu above, you can go to Zahlungsverkehr.
Above.
Yes, the Zahlung, Then you go to Inflation Rechner.
Inflation Rechner.
Yes, all of us can Google inflation rate in Germany. Just hold on there. So you realize that currently it's around 2%, but 2022 was around 8%. Yeah, so which was the highest peak of inflation rate in Germany. But the rate of it is between 1.7 to 3%. So that's the regular inflation rate in Germany. Now imagine a couple of us are here today that they're going to enter retirement maybe in the next 30 years, and the expected pension is around 1,500 maximum. The question is there anybody here that have started receiving the pension information from the German pension body?
Yeah, I think so. One of my friends told me that he got a mail telling him how much is
You can only start getting that when you have worked for at least 5 years in Germany. So even if you work and did not work up to 5 years, you are not entitled to pension in Germany. And now imagine, many people might not get beyond 1,500, which is even the extreme, for us as foreigner, I must say. If you now type in that 1,000, put 1,500, and then you can, in the years, you can put 30 years, the 5. You can change it to 30, yes. And do the Berechnen below. Guys, what this simply means is this. If you are going to be expecting 1,500 as pension in the next 30 years, the inflation value of that money is 828 euros in the next 30 years. And what does that mean? It means that your purchasing power reduces drastically. And that's where many people get to the age of retirement and they are now struggling endlessly. They need to take up part-time jobs in order for them to even be able to pay their bills or rent or to even feed. And some of them are going for free lunches. And not that they did not have fantastic career. They worked, but they probably didn't plan ahead. And I can tell you categorically, a lot of us are also here. We think that we are always going to be young, and we don't even emphasize that there will be a time that we'll get older and we don't have the same amount of strength that we have today. And what then are we going to fall back upon? And that is where the challenge is. But in order for you to understand it, it is when you are smart and you are intelligent that you can come out of this in the future. You can open another tab, sir, and type in fonds, fonds.com. fondsweb.com. It's going to be web after the, fondsweb.com. Good, thank you. And I'm going to send you a number just to put it inside and to see what financial intelligence means, in a way that you can also start doing something for yourself today to prevent this situation ahead. It's so even good that a lot of us are from the IT sector. Let me try and send this to you, sir, in the chat. So I send this, and the best way to also come out of this is when you learn how to create wealth ahead for you. If you put that number there, you see Franklin Technology, and I'm sure a lot of us will know ETFs, funds, and all of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. When you go down, sir, and this is a Franklin Technology that also invests money in top IT or tech companies in the world. When you go down, you see this is a combination of many companies, in the area of technology. You can still go down. You can go down, sir. Go down. And this top 10 among them includes like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Synopsys, ServiceNow, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure a lot of you are very much familiar with those companies. So what happened is this, that when you are investing money, the reason why people are skeptical into investing money is because when you put money in one single company, when they are making loss, you make loss. When they are making profit, you make profit. And when something happens to them, your money is gone. But the best way to secure this ahead is when you put your money not in just one portfolio, but you allow it to work in many companies at the same time. So even if there's a problem with one, the several others are making it to become valuable. So if you go up, sir, to the green statistics, you will now see, no, below, you are too fast, below, a bit more below. Yes, that place. You now see the last 15 years. Now imagine someone is very smart and said, I've been investing in Franklin Technology as an example. The cumulative value today is 1,125%. The cumulative value. And just this year running, it means that that person is already having a profit of around 14%. And when you go up, sir, just for us to know what financial intelligence means, there's a place you see IMLAG or Spar plan. Click it, sir. That's above the chart. No, the other one. Yes, exactly. So you could see a range here. Remove the 1,000, make it 0, sir. Just 0. Yeah, and then the 50, you can put like 100 euros there. Guys, what I want you to see here is this. Before you, just go up, go up a bit, go up. Yeah, exactly. So if you look at it, since 2006 and up to apparently yesterday, somebody who said, I'm so much financially intelligent and start to prepare ahead that even today I'm working on any good income, but little income is also working on the side for me simultaneously. With 100 euros every month, since the last 17 years, 10 months, 27 days, you realize that you will have contributed 21,500 euros yourself. And guess what? The profit for you in return is 90,000 euros, which now leaves you with a total capital of 112,000 euros today. And that is a fantastic level of financial intelligence. And if you don't become financial intelligent, guess what? The inflation value of 21,000 euros will probably be, after 17 years, around 17,000 euros, as compared to the one that is financially intelligent. And that's the reason why it is so much important that that's the only solution to take us out of the pension mess and secure our working power even ahead for the future. If you go back to the presentation, just one slide and then we end. And if there's any question, we can entertain it. Thank you very much, Mr. Yakub. Just go down before, don't project. Go down, sir.
Down?
No, up a bit, sorry.
Okay.
Up a bit. Go up a bit. Okay, the slide 11. Guys, you need to see this. Out of 25 million, almost 26 million pensioners, only a fraction of them receive of around 2,000 euros pension in Germany. And even the highest contributor into the pension pot, what that means is that there's a limit according to the contribution, the 18.6 you put into the pension pot, which is that 18.6 of maximum of 7,300. So anybody that could earn 7,300 for 45 years, guess what? The amount of pension this person is able to earn is around 2,900 euros. And the question is, I'm not sure many of us can earn around 7,300 euros for 45 years. And if people don't prepare ahead, you now begin to see that, wow, there's a huge problem in the future. And that's the reason why we are here But of course, I know that because of time, we'll not be able to go into details and to elaborate more on the structure, the whole concept. But I'm sure that in the one-on-one engagement with all of you, we'll be able to also put you through adequately to see exactly how you can now maximize your own potential ahead to prevent the pension danger that is awaiting majority of us, and especially we foreigners. It's even more brutal. Thank you so much, and we'll be here to take a few questions before we go. Any questions, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Olumide Daudu. That was a very thoughtful and very interesting presentation. Does anybody have question regarding what Mr. Olumide have been discussed?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
I noticed during your presentation, you highlighted some companies within Europe. So, for your organization, is the investment portfolio outside companies in a couple of companies outside Europe, or just within Europe only?
There's Europe, there's international, so there's a lot of blend. We have portfolios that invest, which belongs to even military, that invest in Siemens, in Mercedes, in Deutsche Telekom, in Airbus, and all of those top German companies as well.
Okay. And
there's a wider range of choices, yeah. But we also try to cancel to give good recommendation to the people in a way that where you are investing in should come with maximum security.
Okay. Let's say I've been investing for some time in Germany and I want to move out of Germany, let's say out of Europe.
Yes.
Do I have to sell off the portfolio or is it transferable?
Well, it's not a must for you to sell it off. Yeah, you can continue the investment. Yeah, wherever you are, and you can also pause it. You can also stop it, and then you take out the capital. So there are flexible options for you when you are deciding to move out of Germany.
Okay. So, any other question?
Yeah, I do. I have one.
Yeah,
yes,
please go ahead.
Okay, so Lumide, I have several questions. One is, when you mentioned private pension, is this portfolio investment part of private pension or is this another scheme entirely?
Yes, it's private pension. You know, when you are investing in a private pension as well, the goal is that you have profit at the end of it. Yeah, so in which can help you to also build alternative pension in addition to the public pension. So the money. Yeah.
So my question is this money, is this like I have a private pension of €100 a month, and then the ego company invests to whatever they choose, and I have a contract with them that this is the amount I get after 30 years.
Exactly. In that way, yeah. So, but you also have the leverage to make choices of the portfolio. You are also able to monitor the portfolio yourself. So, but the money that you are putting is going into investment into those selected portfolios for you. So at the end of the day, with certain 6%, 9%, average of 15%, you have certain capital that you can take out.
And these outcomes they're not constant. That it depends on the companies that the portfolio was invested in. If Apple crashes or something, that means my money crashes with them. Yeah, I know that they don't invest in one company, just like you showed in the diagram, with like 10 or 20 companies or something like that. So the hassle of thinking about what to invest or what stock to buy is left for you guys to do.
I must say that Ego has been here. You could see Minicree is over 143 years, and Ego has over 34 million customers, and I don't think any one of them has any issue to worry about. The reason is this: where you put your investment is what really matters a lot. Yeah, the last 60 years experience have shown that all the combined portfolios of Ego, none of them has gone below 6%. None of them. So no matter how the waves could be, you could also see Franklin Technology as an example. Even you could see the slope between the Russia inflation period, but still on the average, it's around 16% in the last 17 years. And a lot of those factors have also happened. There's a slide that we also show to you to also let you know that no matter how it is, because your risk is not it's not only Apple that you're putting money in.
S&P 500, as an example, has 500 different companies. Even if Apple is feeling out of it, the other 400 and something, they are still performing. And that's that's the essence of ETFs of funds, because your money is not in one single company. So there's no way you can have a loss out of them. There's no way.
I understand.
Show the presentation, sir. Just one slide to see a graph of S&P since 1950, for instance. Mr. Yakub.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, I will just do that briefly because we have to move into the next agenda, the last agenda for the day. We are
go down. We go. Yes, the up slide 18. Yeah. So you could see it. The slide 18 has different problems that has occurred, and all of those things written around it are all the problems of S&P 500, like when the Korea War, Afghanistan, and all of those things. But you could see that no matter what happened, it did around 8% per year. And 8% is already a huge factor. 6% within the space of 42 or 30 something years, you are even having fantastic capital out of it. So you need to also understand that the up and down is also a good thing, because you maximize also the cost when it's down and buy more stocks of those companies. And in return, you also still have more capital. And the next slide is the yearly performance of S&P, for instance, since 1980. The next one, 19.
Okay. Lastly is that, are you the guy in our WhatsApp group that his name appears as good news in WhatsApp?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I think probably his colleague is a member of the group. So
yeah, someone with good news. He was talking about the pension.
Yeah.
He said he didn't have time. I don't know whether he's maybe they're
is
working
his
together.
colleague. They work together. They work together.
We work together. So what we can do is this: I drop my contact details for all of you in the chat. That's my mobile number. You can text, via WhatsApp, and we can book a one-on-one meeting in which we can also guide you more. So all the personal questions you have, we'll be able to also address them in a one-on-one meeting.
Exactly.
And my email address here.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
I will also share the contact in the IT Guru group. So anyone that needs your information, they will reach out to you there, Mr. Olumide. Thank you very much, Mr. Olumide, and
thank you guys for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, good. Now let's move on to the final agenda. Who is ready for the quiz competition? Let's do it. Okay. Are you sharing, John? Are you sharing your screen to introduce to people about the guide, the procedures for them to participate in the quiz competition?
Yeah, the quiz is nothing complicated at all. Just a series of questions with options that are tech related, at least generic, and also generic, so not or not too specific to a particular area of tech. With at least we did our best in that area. So yeah, I'll share kind of like basically what we have, and then we'll share the link to the quiz, and then when it's time, we'll make kind of like set up the whole thing to be able to start accepting submissions or play the quiz basically. So somebody's raising their hand. Have I mistaken?
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly drop an info. Sorry for stopping your other agenda. The file I share with you, Mr. Yakubu, is an internal file, so it's not meant to be distributed to.
No problem. Be rest assured, your file is secured.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
You're
Have
welcome.
a wonderful weekend, everyone.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Yakubu, you didn't tell us the prize to be won. Is there iPhone 16?
Yeah, the winner. We are very transparent. The winner will win Amazon gift card, a gift voucher.
Gift card.
Yes.
The gift card. So
yes.
Yeah, we are just. So this is just it. So you just get to submit it with your details, your email address. I think that's. I don't know. I don't know. Do we have an input for name Yakub I'm not sure if
Yes, users, people will be able to join the quiz with their email address.
Okay, that's fine. Just that alone is fine, right?
Yeah, so once you drop the link for them to participate, they will participate. And I think you have a timeline for that, right? It's
Yes, I have a timeline.
5 minutes, right? If I'm correct.
No. The whole thing.
Yes,
For each question.
Yes.
The whole thing, like 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay. So the quiz is for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. After that, your response will not be accepted again.
Yeah.
If you like, go and Google all the questions online and look for the answer by yourself. If you are lucky, if the time is not your friend, then you are still going to
It's
be able.
a combination of your knowledge and your ability to answer question fast and ability to look up stuff. So every factor is at play. So
Correct.
And of course the time is limited. So so we don't have to deal with ties or something like that. So Yakub, I think maybe from your end you can drop the link in the chat to the group, and then when we are ready, then I'll enable that this accepted submissions so we can start.
Okay, let me see if I am ready. I am not ready because I'm looking for the. Do you have the link with you?
The link, is it the same link?
I think it should be.
My UI, or is there's supposed
It's the
to be
same
another
thing.
one?
It should be the same link.
This is my first time I'm using.
I think you can click on the eye icon on the upper right corner and use that. Yeah.
Okay. I get it now. Then, okay, I don't know.
Just copy the link and drop it in chat. I think that people can.
So for now, the link is not enabled, obviously, because I've made it disabled. So we are going to kind of set up the time now. So I don't know. Do we have? Let me see. We have a timer here. See if we can come up with a timer here for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Just a minute. Countdown timer.
But when you drop the link, are you sure people are not already reading the answers?
No, it's not.
Okay, no problem. Are you?
They're not able to see the questions. At least at best, it's just one that they'll be able to see. So I said 2.
Is anybody already able to open the link and see the questions?
Yeah, I opened it, but there's no questions.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 10. I'm never getting this thing. How does this thing work?
Just put your mouse there inside in the minute. Type 2 inside the mouse, or just type 101. Yeah, 210.
2.
210. Yeah, it's fine.
10. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, correct.
So 2 minutes 10 seconds. So I'll go and enable this thing now. Settings. And then I'll start it immediately. So you guys, I hope you guys are ready. So you should be ready to click this thing now. So you guys can. Oh, sorry. I think this is not the one. So yeah, this is now. We will start accepting the submissions, and I'll start the timer immediately too. Let me see if this is the right timer. Okay. So you guys can start the quiz now, and then I'll start the countdown time now.
All the best.
All the best. So, I hope you guys are enjoying the quiz.
If you have any question, just ask the question.
No, the math for this quiz, John. She mechanical quiz.
You don't have much time, I beg. We almost have your time is gone. So just be fast and select something, and then just let it go, because the average is kind of for 10 seconds for each, or 15 15 seconds for each question. So at least go through everything first. So you should have at least submitted or getting ready to submit at least.
Hey.
That's the time.
25 seconds left, 24.
I know Nigeria people.
19,
They just
18,
what?
17.
Nigeria people will they put different answers now.
No matter. Alright, so about to round up 7,
8,
6,
5.
5. You should submit now. You should have
I just
submitted.
tap.
Okay, we are done.
I don't submit now.
Yes.
Fun. Wow.
Okay, let's see our responses. I hope everybody at least submitted something because
Only 3 responses. I be number 1 no.
So let me see. Wait, let me see. So wait, how does this thing work?
How do you even get it? There's only 3 people that submitted though.
3 people submitted.
So only 3 people filled
the form.
Yeah, submitted the form. Yeah.
Responded.
Yeah.
Okay. So
maybe based on the timeline.
Okay.
So it seems just 3 people submitted.
And to just share the money for us now. I hope it's 100 euros per person.
Wow, this is serious. What happened to the rest of you guys? Maybe you guys were not here.
Try to refresh it. Try to refresh it again and see if there is more input.
Okay, true.
But I tried submitting, it's not accepting anymore.
Yes, because I've stopped it.
But that's not how it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to time it that it will stop by itself. No, that's not how they do quiz, bro.
It doesn't matter. Even it means I even gave you extra time because I waited for the time to run down completely and then before I went.
Another thing somebody else mentioned is that some of the fields were required. You should have made it possible that if I don't select any field, it will automatically it will automatically be like you failed that question.
So you have to at least
attempt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem because it happened to me when I was submitting. Was telling me field was required. I was just going to the field and tapping anything there.
Yeah. And then now I'm not able to submit. It's supposed to tap out by itself.
Because closer.
Yeah, but that's not fair, bro.
Is Yakub here? Please, let me just go.
I am here.
Yeah, you can switch back on
the question should have been mandatory so that people should have been able to submit. Even without clicking the mandatory.
Exactly, that mandatory was maybe for the future sake you would get more system to answer questions that would be more organized, you know.
Yeah.
But for now, let's get the answer and the winner and give me the 100 euros.
If you want to check,
if
you want to check the scores, yes, you can check the scores. Please go to the email. If you go to under the summary. You can see that's the summary. The next one is question. The next one is individual.
I like saying Mr. Hans will be the top list. I usually say.
The top list on who first submit. Now first who first submit. Not who get question right.
Yeah.
I beg item 7
because item 7. So I don't know. What do you think? Because it seems I don't know.
Let's see the answers now.
And let them know the answers. Show them the answers. Let them know the answers. We can. I mean, for them to also learn from it.
Yeah, because what I'm seeing,
it's like nobody get anything.
Lie. Nowhere. Lie. If I don't get anything, I get the acronym of IT to be.
It's like nobody got anything here.
I don't know.
Like,
Like, is this the automated?
PDP, they don't read the answers. They don't read them PDP and the APC.
Go to settings first. Go to settings. Or go to questions.
Yeah.
Go to questions first.
Ca-
Scroll down. Okay, go to settings then. Then go to settings. Let's try to view, maybe, okay. Present.
What are you trying to view? What are you trying to view?
The answers now, the winner now, the answers on the.
I can see the answer already now. So you see, look at the it's 0 0 0.
Go to individual.
So look at the individual.
This is, I think.
Go down, scroll down one at a time. Scroll down one at a time. You see.
Exactly. So scroll down. Somebody said, yeah. So scroll down.
You can see all of them are red, 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 red.
Correct now. You actually chose the correct answer.
Eh?
Like look at that Terraform, for example. That Terraform is correct.
Stripe is the odd one out.
Exactly. That Terraform is correct.
Wait, I don't think this thing is doing the automated work of comparing and actually checking.
Yes, no, you be checking. Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't think it's doing it
because that Terraform one. That Terraform one is not doesn't belong to data analysis.
This is what I was talking about regarding this Google form thing. That okay, it can be seen as a quiz, but it's not. I don't think it's checking that this now.
It's not. Yes, it's not checking. Yeah.
I don't think
it's just giving you a response.
Who did this question? You should just give us the answer straight and let's see first.
Bring out the answer sheet.
Let's mark it ourselves. Since it's only 3 guys that responded, it's easier to mark it. We just three response.
No, the answer.
But we had our answers there.
One out in this one.
We had our.
Choose another user. Let's see. Let me see. Like that Brave now. Brave is a browser, so Stripe is the odd one. So that one is
Stripe is the odd one out in that case.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. So let me see.
And see me the last one there.
I don't. This thing is not. This thing is.
No, it's not.
This thing is correct. So it's not checking. It's not checking.
Maybe there is a way to load in Google form. Maybe there's a way to load the
what
answer.
Is release call? Is release call?
I actually press release call also, but let me just see release call to all, send email and release.
I don't know. This thing is actually not living up to my expectations because I thought it would do the job and then just.
But we tested it. We tested it also, and we saw the. You can see the result. But why is it not showing now?
I don't know why it's misbehaving.
Release call on the right.
Yeah, click on the release call. Yeah.
Let's see what's there.
Can you guys check your email? I think they must have sent an email to you already. I send email and release.
I've sent it to release call.
Okay, let me refresh. Okay, I think it's coming in. Okay.
This is
zero over 70.
That's what I'm saying now. See the score. The same score is here now. I don't know why you guys are saying release score. See the same score here now.
No, probably there is a place, maybe in the setting, there's a place to load answers. I'm sure there would be. Google will have this kind of feature. There's a way to load answers to this.
We've actually selected the correct answer. For example, see answer key here now. Okay, wait.
Where is it?
No. I don't know. We did all these things like
the answer key. Check the answer.
Actually, we that's what I'm saying. Something must have happened along the line. Okay, no, go back to the questions. Yeah. Now go click on the question. Click on one of the questions. You see answer. See answer key. Click on answer key.
No, this is not how we did it. There's a way.
Maybe under responses or something.
How about look at the 3 dots in the burger, 3 dots in the upper right corner. What is it saying?
Lower right corner.
Upper right corner.
This part.
Upper right. No, upper right. In the corner of the screen.
It shows green something as yesterday. We should have actually tested this thing again.
Oh. I think you guys will go and take the script and go and mark it.
Sorry.
Go and do this manually.
Sorry, apologies. This is a technical problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, no problem. Do it manually and tell us who won.
Unfortunately, we cannot decide a winner right now. So
yeah,
it has to be.
No problem at all.
It has to be.
I'm waiting in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, next time it has to be. We are going to be well prepared for this.
Well, because it behaved, I don't know, I'm surprised at this thing because it behaved way better than this when we tested
Yeah,
it and
but this is what's called technology,
Mr.
and
John, this is the typical example of it worked on my system, but it's not working on other
exactly
people's
it does
system.
not work on exactly. So
It always work on your system, but once you bring it out, it will not work again.
Yeah.
Wow. This is
How did you be that?
And we
Nah,
tested
did
it.
you be that too?
We even put the answers. We now did. Somebody tested it from his own end, and then put in wrong answers and put in correct answers, and on everything was okay. And now I don't know. I don't know.
See?
Zero or three correct responses. Okay, guys, it's been really interesting time today.
Yeah.
And I want to sincerely send my thanks to the entire IT Guru teams. I really want to send this thanks for the support, thanks for the John, Sheyi and Co. What's her name also? I can't remember her name. We also have one lady in our team. She's also a champion. Please, if you guys want to volunteer to be part of the team, please write me or write in the. You can just see the admin groups members in the IT Guru. Please just PN and let's do some collaborations together. I think Uzube have something to say before we say goodbye.
I do not. I do not. It was a mistake using my
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Do we have any other person that wants to ask questions, open answers, or anything that you want us to talk about? Is there anything bothering you regarding your career, regarding your career path into IT? If you have the floor now. We have 3 minutes to go. Then we can be able to support you. Don't worry. Just be open. Say whatever you want to say. If the way any
Hello
way you
guys.
want to say it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Who has some experience with working with WhatsApp Gold and RPTG? Like, which of them do you people think is better for network monitoring?
David, are you still there?
Yeah, that's it.
I think you have this question on the group. I don't know. And this is kind of a bit of a technical question, but my mind was going to more to those that are, for example, transitioning. I think at least we've got two people that have said that they are transitioning from maybe, I don't know, from one field that is not so tech related to tech, and then.
Hello.
I'm not sure, David. Are you
Hello?
there? Yes, David. Please
Yes, I'm here.
answer the question. Yes, we have an expert here.
David I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
He's the
So,
network guy.
is it? Are you looking for something free or paid for license?
It's going to be paid for, but I want to test it on some of my VMs. I have like a lab where I want to test it before I recommend them for my company.
Okay, so in Germany, they go for PRTG.
Okay.
They go for. Well, what's the reason? Why do they go for PRTG?
So because PRTG, first of all, is a German company, just like SAP, and also I've used it before compared to other products. It's quite good. It monitors both network devices, security devices, VMs, servers, and whatnot.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next question from Igboji. Ibuka, you raise your hand up.
Yeah, I actually want to thank the organizers of this particular technical. So my question goes particularly because I think one of the things we talked about previously in the areas of networking or meeting career people who already have experience in the various fields, like someone like me that is trying to come over, you understand. So if we can get people like that, we can reach out to ask questions, understand, and apart from expression of this meeting. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, apart from when the meeting ends, if you can network with people, ask you questions regarding like in the areas you are practicing in IT. We have various skills. I've seen DevOps engineers like me. I'm into AI and data science. So thank you very much.
I mean, you have the platform. You can always ask questions in our IT group, WhatsApp group. Anyone that has time to reply you will surely reply you, and anyone that has experience in that your field that you want to go, or maybe anything that is challenging for you in that field, people will be willing to also. I'm sure everyone here are willing to also help.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, we're finally at the end of the program for today. Please join us the next Tech Meetup Phase 6 is gonna be in 3 months' time. If you have any question or have any contribution, or you have any guest in mind that you want him or her to present on the day, please just talk to us in the WhatsApp group. I hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.